Alrighty, everybody. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back. Welcome back. It is good to have you guys here back for another stream. We're going to be talking about Imelda, as well as another, not one, but two systems that have popped up from the Hurricane Center here. Yeah, apparently we have a new disturbance over Florida, which is interesting. Anyways, guys, good to see y'all. Let's see. We have Scott, we have Chris, we have Chronic, and Mike. Good to see you guys. Of course, everybody else who is joining here. Let's see. What's up? Flight Sim was so much fun. Sorry about the technical difficulties you had. Yeah, man, it was pretty cool. We're definitely going to be doing that a lot on this channel. You know, we're going to be flying into some storms every once in a while. But this stream, we're not. We're just going to be kind of doing a bit of an update live for you guys. And talking about the landfall, I mean, the system's pulling away from pulling away from Bermuda right now, but there still is a lot of nasty conditions ongoing. Dude, the waters out there are extremely rough. Definitely got hit very, very, very hard. You can actually see the storm is a bit higher north than the cone here from what it looks like. It looks like the center's right in here. Yeah, it's actually a bit higher than what was in the forecast, which is interesting. Now, the system's going to keep on pulling to the north here. Eventually, we'll kind of work its way up there towards the Arctic. But honestly, you know, like I said, yeah, I mean, conditions are still really bad out here. But, you know, a lot of that convection is over with here. Let's take a peek here overall at the Hurricane Center here. Let's bring y'all over here to the map. Yep, so they're actually just outside of the hurricane force. Look how sharp of an angle this thing has taken. We pulled north through the Bahamas, and then we took a that's like an 80-degree turn. That's pretty crazy. Because we had Humberto that kind of pulled it. But yeah, you can see the wind field, huge system. Little teeny tiny hurricane force winds, and it just so happened that Bermuda was there to witness it, unfortunately. 2 new areas is interesting for sure. Yeah, we're definitely going to look up for it. Or we're going to look up for it? Nice. We're going to look out for it. What's up, Bustin? Good to see ya. Is Bermuda damaged? Yeah, there's definitely quite a bit of damage going on out there. We've reported. We've heard. Apparently, this is from somebody earlier in my chat who lives in Bermuda, said that there was transformers blowing up all over the place. So yeah, I'm sure the damage is pretty high right now. You know, because I mean it was a direct landfall of a Category 2. You know, so it's a big issue here. Also, we have a new area of interest here in the MDR. AOI and the MDR, area of interest in the main development region here, just west of Cabo Verde. I think the system right now is over Africa. So let's let's change this up a little bit here. We'll go to main development region. There we go. So that's not the system there. Actually, you know what? We're going to have to do full disk. Full disk here. I'm pretty sure that grouping of storms is this future system here. But yeah, anyways, 20% overall formation on this guy in the next 7 days. 48 hours, not really expecting much. This one over here by Florida is a 10-10. So 10% chance of formation in the next 48 hours and a 10% chance of formation in the next 7 days as well. So I honestly, odds are pretty low. Here, let's peek at models here. Let's see what we got going on. I really haven't looked at the models lately. Here's the GFS here. Yep, so you can kind of see here there's a little system that kind of develops here. Wouldn't really do much, to be honest with you. You know, honestly, I really don't think this one's probably going to do much. I mean, just based off of how much time it has to do anything, you know. Euro, ECMWF really doesn't have much happening either, which is good. I think what it's going to be is pretty much just a bit of a rainstorm for Florida. I mean, just driving some rain. I don't think it's going to do much. Let's see here. Yeah, Scott. Yeah, man, it's pretty ugly out there. Thankfully, at this point in time, they're kind of pulling out of those hurricane force winds. You know, the estimated wind field has Bermuda just outside of the hurricane force winds right now. By the way, it did get downgraded. It is now Category 1. It was a Cat 2, but it's now down to Cat 1. You can see at the bottom of the screen here, just below my mouse here. That's Octave. That's Eastern Pacific. There you go. Imelda, pressure 973. It's gone up a bit. Winds at 90 miles an hour. Look how fast it's moving, though. East-northeast at 30 miles an hour, dude. That system is hauling. That is crazy. That is crazy, crazy. Chris says weather statistics are so misleading. What do you mean by that? What's misleading? Yep, so there's where the estimated wind fields are. Bermuda just outside of that. Remember, this is estimated. You know, this is not 100% approximate because, I mean, it's a little hard to be for sure, you know, to an exact magnitude of where those winds are going to be at, but that's estimated. But yeah, definitely is still pretty rough out there. Those waves, man. Those waves, they're supposed to be like a good 20 plus feet or so. Here, let's peek at that real quickly. Here, let's hop you all over here. Let's do Western Atlantic. Makes it a little bit easier. You can see a little speck out there. There's Bermuda. Bermuda's so tiny, man. So tiny. But yeah, looking at those significant wave heights here, you can see that, you know, we're going to be, this is GFS, by the way. It kind of shows us, yeah, well above 20 foot. So if you look at the table over here on the right, there's Bermuda. That pushes us right about like 25 to maybe 30 foot. According to GFS. Yeah, Euro's the same. I mean, obviously we're, you know, the system's happening now. So, I mean, it's a lot more reliable than further out, of course. But yeah, those waves are rough. Really, really rough out there. All of that crazy wind there. I do have a Bermuda radar. I can show you guys here. This is Bermuda radar. So there's Bermuda. You can see, obviously, all the convection mostly to the northeast now. Things moving very quick. We've got a little bit of spotty showers, it looks like. I mean, you can just kind of see the whole cyclonic motion we have here. You know, if you look at these little showers, you can see these guys are working their way southeast. So the center is now east of Bermuda, but like I mentioned, still those conditions out there are quite rough. Let's see here. Let me see what we got in cameras here. Here we go. We have a camera, but it's just very hazy. Can't really see anything. Let's try another one. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, I have one camera, but it's like you really can't see anything on it. Here. Port Bermuda. Yeah, I mean, you can see the wave. You can see some of the waves there. Oh, come on, man. Really? Alright. Well. Anyways, y'all saw it there for a second. Pretty crazy, though. Yeah, waters out there are definitely pretty rough here. Let's see if we can find another one. Chris says, I mean, for rain, usually it means it will rain. 50% for a hurricane is iffy, and 30% tornado threat is super high. Yeah, that is weird, huh? I get what you're saying. Yeah, but a lot of it's just potential impact. You know what I'm saying? I mean, obviously, hurricanes are way more destructive than tornadoes. I mean, because, I mean, you can even have hurricanes that spawn tornadoes, you know, especially in the eastern side of the storm. But, yeah, no, I mean, it's... Let's see. I have another webcam here for you guys. Maybe? Hey, oh. No, you can't even see it. It's just so dark. Plus, a lot of power outages and stuff have happened out there, so, I mean, it's just really hard to see anything. I mean, the cameras we do have, it's like completely dark. Chris says, I think Florida would just see a low-end tropical disturbance. You know, there's a moth in my... Y'all see the moth? Bro, get out of here, man. I don't need no moth in here. Where the heck did he come from? I think Florida would just see a low-end tropical disturbance. You know, tropical storm system with showers and thunderstorms, some of them being severe, just saying. Yeah, no, I agree. I don't think it's going to be anything significant for Florida. I mean... At most, just what normally Florida sees, just thunderstorms. Just a lot of them. Let's see. Look at the sat view again here real fast. Satellites. We'll do long wave. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's a whole lot out here right now. Looks pretty calm. I mean, the only thing we got, obviously, is Imelda. But, I mean, the Caribbean right now looks pretty calm. Got some convection in Central America. We got this little guy. That's not the disturbance, though. This is, I think this is another system. This disturbance, I believe, still has to come off of Africa. I think they mentioned it in the discussion. Yeah, you guys can't see it. They say a tropical wave is expected to move off the coast of Africa over the next day or two. Thereafter, this wave is forecast to interact with another disturbance in the eastern tropical Atlantic. Maybe it's that thing. Some slow development and combined feature as possible. The system moves westward to west northwestward at 15 to 20 miles per hour. So, like I mentioned, we got not one but two disturbances now. But you know, the one for Florida, I think it's just going to be rain over here. You know, I'm in Central Florida, Polk County. So we'll probably just get a bit of rain out here. I don't think it's going to be any full-blown hurricane or tropical storm or anything like that. What's up, Kim? Good to see you. Good morning to you as well. Hope you're doing well. But yeah. What'd I do with my phone, bro? Oh, there it is. Anyways, but yeah, no, we'll definitely watch the tropics. I mean, if anything changes, we'll definitely let you guys know. But let's see, the HERF model system should be ingesting dry air at this point here. Yeah, models. Oh wow, the latest HWRF just has this thing getting uppercutted with just a bunch of dry air, dude. Yeah. Yeah. So it's past. This is kind of where we're at right now between these two frames. Get some. Obviously, we're past Bermuda, so yeah, it's more like right here. But yeah, a bit of a drier southern edge. On the system. The northern edge here, we do have quite a bit of moisture. That's where a lot of the precipitation's at. I mean, you can see our SQT charts here. We've got our green dew point line and our red temperature line here. So this is a vertical representation of the atmosphere. So this is altitude and pressure equivalent. So this is HPA. So obviously the higher you go up, the lower the pressure goes. So this is height based off in pressure. And of course, this is your temperature at a certain level. But you can see how close the green and red lines are together. That indicates more moisture because, I mean, that's your temperature getting closer to your dew point, which increases the humidity and increases the moisture content, or brings the temperature down to the content in which the atmosphere is holding. So, and then of course you got like the southern side, which, you got a big gap between your dew point and your temperature line here, more drier, mid-level type of stuff. You can see lower level, I mean, it's pretty saturated. Upper levels got a bit of moisture too. I mean, not saturated fully, but mid-levels, you can see we do have a pretty big gap there. Showing a lot of dry air really just kind of getting shot into the system. Especially out here. Let's grab a sounding in this. Oh, wow. Yeah, look how dry that is. Massive. I mean, lower levels are honestly not super bad. I mean, not super, super dry. It's mostly mid-upper levels that are, like, super dry out there. That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, eventually the thing just gets swallowed in dry air. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, I mean, even lower levels is pretty dry there. Wow. Yep, so that's one of the main reasons the system's dying. Plus, it's encountering a lot of wind shear, too. Here, let's bring up the GFS here. The West Atlantic. Here we go, wind shear. Yeah, look at that big jet. So there's the system here. You can just see that big jet going over Florida. Into the Western Atlantic here. This is just really, really just shredding the storm apart, essentially. That's why it's moving so fast, is because this conveyor belt of air is just pushing that system. Let's see, been keeping an eye on this overnight at 7:50 here. Oh, is it? Wow, it's 2:50 here, so you must be Europe, huh? Yeah, Europe. You guys are several hours behind us. I believe locally, I think it's 3:53 in Bermuda right now. Could be wrong. It could be 3 or 4:53. Hey Siri. What time is it in Bermuda?
In Hamilton, Bermuda, it's 3:54 a.m.
Yep, so that's one. Okay. Yep, so it is 1 hour behind me. Or ahead of me, sorry. Humberto got obliterated by the jet stream. Yeah, and you know what? Imelda's going to do the same thing. So not only is that jet stream, destabilizing and disrupting, that's a new word, disrupting the storm's structural integrity, but it's also driving a lot of dry air too, and it's associated with the dry air mass. So not only are you having that wind shear problem, which is literally ripping the storm apart and destabilizing it and ruining its structure, but there's also dry air that's preventing convection from really starting to deepen. But I mean, you know what though? I mean, the convection looks pretty decent right now. I ain't gonna lie. But eventually, it's gonna get a lot worse. There's gonna be a lot more dry air getting to it. Look at water vapor scan. Yeah, look at that. So there you go. You can kind of see there's this little trail of moisture, but you can see right behind the storm though, there's quite a bit of dry air there. Yeah, lower level, you can really see just how dry it is out there. Anyways. But yeah, Humberto really influenced Imelda here. Where is Humberto now? Humberto's not even recognizable anymore. I think this might be it up here. It's not even recognizable. Yeah, no, that system just got completely blown up. Let's take a minute on the E-Pack. So we do got... Oh, look at that. It's supposed to be a... What? It's supposed to become a hurricane. See, right now, we're about 65 sustained. Okay, so we're kind of a mid-level tropical storm over here. This is the Eastern Pacific storm. This is Octave. So 65 sustained, central load 994 millibars. It looks like some slow strengthening occurs. Yeah, then it starts to weaken a bit. Looks like eventually it's going to stall too. It's going to be moving northwest, and then it'll slow down and then change its direction here. Got another area here though. So next 7 days, 90% chance of formation. Next 2 days, 50. A lot of convection over there though. Here, let's play that in motion. We'll do goes west. North Pacific. And we'll do long wave here. Also, people out here saying hurricane season is over, but October literally just started. Like, huh? Yeah, October can be a very aggressive month for hurricanes too. People need to remember that. I mean, last year we had Milton during October, which was pretty nasty. Yeah, Milton's 1 year anniversary is coming up. I think it was the 9th, I want to say. Golly, man, that's been a year. Man, I remember just sitting here just ready for that system, man. Just preparing for it, and that was a year ago. Wow. That's unbelievable. Kim says, when Humberto gets near our seas, it'll be Storm Amy with low 900 millibars, maybe even high in 800s. Huh? Is it supposed to get that low? No. Is it? It can't get that low. Where are you seeing that from? GFS suggests like lower 940s, which I mean that's still significant. I think the label's kind of in the way here. Oh, let me move this down a little bit. There we go. Yeah, you can see it 940s there. I mean, that's some real steep pressure gradients here. Especially on the coast, man. They're going to get slammed. Yeah. Let's try Euro. Yeah, Euro shows 950. I don't see lower 900s, 800s either. I don't know where you heard that from. Here you go. There's Europe. Wow. Met Office said that yesterday. I mean, I don't see much guidance suggesting that. 50 knot wind barb down there. Here, let me go on Agosero. I love this site. Whoops. Yeah, we'll try Aguacero here. Let me log in real fast though. Yeah, we'll be able to look at that a lot more in detail with Aguacero here. Let's hop you guys over here. Okay. Actually, I need to bring up our panel again. So we'll look at GFS here. We'll do model, surface, wind gusts. Probably heard wrong, but still crazy tight in the mid 900s. Yeah, no, that's definitely certain. Golly, man. Dude, it's gonna get rough. Oh my golly. Ooh. Yeah, so these are wind gusts, by the way. So I mean, there's England there. That is gonna be a real nasty storm for you guys. Yeah. Especially up north. Like the northern UK. Could be gusting like 80 miles an hour. You guys use kilometers an hour though, don't you? I don't think you guys use mph. I don't think there's a way. At least I don't know how I can change it. Or else I would. Yeah, Kim, be careful. Where are you at? Are you up north? That's rough. Here, let's try Euro. Here's European model. So Euro, ooh, yikes. Euro didn't have it. Wow. So Euro doesn't have the low as significant. Wow. Yeah, you guys are going to get windy. But yeah, Euro didn't have as low of a central low as the GFS did or does. Still though, that is just wickedly fast. That's Gus. Here, let's overlay wind barbs to surface, wind speed, barbs. Oh wait, oops. I did something. There we go, barbs. There we go. There we go. So the wind barbs, those are sustained winds. And then the fill is a different. So goodness, though. The outer islands, are screwed. We use miles an hour. I'm just on the bottom of Scotland near it. Oh, gotcha. I have no idea where that's at. I'm sorry. I'm not really familiar with Europe too much. Yeah, I'm not the best with y'all's geography. What, are you guys like down here or something? Here, let me bring it up. Edinburgh. Maybe I can bring it up over here. Oh, okay. Okay, so you're over here, huh? Gotcha. Oh, okay. So you're right here. Gotcha. All right, cool. Yeah, I mean you can see those wind gusts there. Looks like Euro has you kind of in maybe mid upper 40s in terms of gusts. What's up, MD? Saying hi, Andrew. How are you doing? I bet you're enjoying covering tropical weather. You know what? I don't enjoy the impacts that they cause, but I do like tracking tropical weather. Yes. But yeah, I'm doing good. See, that's okay. Fox weather guy caught Scotland and north of England. Was he local or was he like me, who's not from the area? Down a little bit. Okay, so you're probably here. Maybe are you on an island or are you like? Well, I guess it is just one big island, huh? Because I mean, I see there's a few other little islands over here. Here, let's hop back here or hop back to GFS here. I think GFS is more significant over here. Yeah, GFS is a lot more significant out here, like 60 plus miles an hour. Wow. I am pretty sure this is the most we've ever covered this area. Yeah. Y'all be careful out there. For real, though. What's going on over here? Looks like on the 4th, the morning of the 4th, it looks like we're going to get quite a bit of windy conditions out by the central U.S., out there by the plains, portions of the Midwest. Here, let me bring up the isobars here. Model surface, mean sea level pressure. We'll do lines. Edit single color. We'll do white lines. So slow. Any day now. There we go. Should show. Why are we not seeing it? Oh, there they are. Oh, they're just really small. Okay, perfect. I was wondering. I'm like, where are they at? Let's see. I really appreciate it, Andrew. Yeah, no problem. You're very welcome. Yeah, look at that type gradient there. That pressure gradient's definitely pretty tight. Ooh. Yikes. Look at that. That's a bit of a strong low, isn't it? Shoot. I mean, that's going to be pretty windy for us here in the central country. A bit of a windstorm, huh? Good, like 50 miles an hour, maybe. Let's see what Euro shows. It's great to compare models. Any day now. There we go. Yeah. No, Euro shows it too. Maybe a little bit further south. Looks like a pretty good low. I wonder if there's going to be any like wintry precipitation on that. Here, let me... I doubt it. I think it's still too early for everything. I mean, we'll look though. Models, precipitation, categorical snow. we'll also add categorical rain to... Gosh, that's such low quality. Gotta love the globals. Do GFS. Have I seen the system brewing in the West Gulf? I think it's called... how do you say that? I think it's how Milton started. I have not. I mean, we looked at that one system, or that one disturbance that we have. This guy over here. I don't see anything in the Western Gulf, though. Here, let me change our sector to goes east. There we go. Yeah, I mean, there's really not much happening in the Gulf right now. We do have the Caribbean, though. But yeah, Milton did start out there, though. I think it started out here, and then went this way. Yeah, I mean, it really picked up strength, and I think it made landfall like over here, somewhere in here. Just slightly south of Tampa. I think it made Sarasota landfall, if I'm not mistaken. I remember people were really worried it was going to, like, directly landfall Tampa. But, yeah, Tampa did get it pretty bad, though, still. I mean, despite being on the northern edge of the storm. Let's bring up the HER model. A lot better resolution. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we have anything really snowy going on anytime soon. Nothing big. And then, of course, let's see. Precipitation. Composite reflectivity. There we go. Wow, we got a lot of rain coming over here. I'm over here in Lakeland. This is my city. Goodness. It's crazy. It's a few days or a week out, but it's being talked about. Here, I'll tell you what we'll do. I'll bring up the ensembles here. How about that? Like ECENS. Here we go. Yeah, let's bring up ECENS here. Do forecast hour 180. Okay. Well, there's that system in the EPAC, but that's going to be going northwest, I think. There's that other disturbance going off the west coast of Africa. That'll be marking northwest. That'll be a system we need to look for. Very few tracks going through the eastern Gulf here. Obviously, we have what's the name? I keep forgetting it. Shoot. Imelda. Yeah. So then we got Imelda that'll be rolling through. Let's try other ensembles. GEFS here. Yeah, a few other members. A little bit of activity. I can see the Southern Gulf. Maybe a few little members, but nothing big. FNV3. Okay. Alright. Now we're seeing something here. FNV3. I think it's a newer model, if I'm not mistaken. But first of all, we got that one disturbance. This one's probably going to be something we really need to look into. Like GFS showed a pretty good amount of support, far down in time. That's going to be a storm we need to look for. You can see a few members in which that storm over by the Caribbean going over Florida will be. Then you got the one over here by the Yucatan Peninsula. Looks like a few little members out there as well, maybe. What about GENC? Not much support on that one. Big time member support here. A little bit of support over by Bahamas and Florida. I really think this one over here is going to be something we need to really look into. I mean, it's got quite a bit of support on it. ECENS, several members. GEFS, several members. FNV3, several members. GENC, several members. Yeah. Definitely got a lot of support to it. So we'll be sure to watch that one really closely. Right now, like I said, it's only a... Oh, that's weird. It overlapped for a second. Yeah, this one's only a 20% chance overall formation, but I think that's going to go up. I mean, just given guidance here, I would not be surprised if that probability increases. I mean, there's several members that support that. But nothing really in the next 2 days, though, out of that one. Then the Florida one, pretty low support, 10-10. I don't expect much, other than just some rain for Florida. I mean, typical. To us, this will be nothing. Especially for the people who's been here and used to hurricanes and stuff. No, it's just going to be a rainstorm, more than likely. 10-10 shot, 48-hour probability of formation, 10%. Let's see, 7-day probability, 10%. Seems like October is getting more active like last year. Yeah, no, I agree. That's what we've been talking about on the channel for a long time, is that, don't let your guard down. Despite the season starting slow this year, I think the end is going to end with a bang. I think we're going to have a very slow start, which we've had, and I think we're going to have a very active end. That's already kind of been the case, actually. Couldn't remember what the peninsula was called. What, the Yucatan? Yep, the Yucatan Peninsula, and then we got the Florida the Florida Peninsula, which I am on a peninsula. Awesome. We are surrounded by water on 3 sides. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Pretty cool. I love Florida. But yeah, no, I agree though. It's definitely going to be a bit more of an active year. Towards the end, I think. Or active pattern towards the end. Let's go to 180 hours out here. We'll change our view to North America. Actually, let's do North Atlantic. There we go. So at 180 hours out, GFS shows that. Let's see. What about ECMWF here? Yeah, big difference. Big difference. Icon. Yeah, not much on Icon either. Canadian. Me too, but I'm on the other side of the pond. That's true. That is true. It's crazy, like, that we can actually live stream and, like, we can talk to each other on, like, such a far distance. I mean, like, that is a very large distance. It's crazy. Let's see, you're on a peninsula that's on a peninsula. Where are you at? I know Tampa. Tampa's got some mini peninsulas. Look at that. You got this one over here. McDill Airport. Or that's an Air Force base. Okay. What's up, Sonya? Good to see you. But yeah, no, I don't expect much out of this guy, honestly. Let's look at other stuff. Let's see what the weather, like severe weather's doing. I mean, I know we checked it earlier, yesterday or the day before. There wasn't a whole lot of stuff, but we'll look now. So day one outlook, pretty bland. Just some general thunderstorm risk here. Tomorrow, oh, look at that. You know what? We got a little severe threat here on day 2 for portions of Montana, Idaho, Wyoming, Colorado, and Utah. What's all that about? Tornadoes? No? No tornadoes. Good. A little bit of a wind threat and a little bit of a hail threat, too. A little 5% regions here. Well, there you go. We got a bit of a Rocky Mountain severe threat here tomorrow. What about day 3? Nothing on day 3. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, severe weather seems pretty bland as usual. Other than tomorrow, though, I mean, we got a little small threat. But let's look at our rainfall. Excessive rainfall risk. That's a questionable risk on the left there. Let's see, marginal at least 5% here. So that's got to be from that tropical moisture. Oh, that's tomorrow. That's tomorrow. Okay. Day 3. Yeah, what about extended range day 4? Day 5. Yeah, it looks like, look at that, several days worth of flooding for Florida's east coast here. Huh. What about totals? Precipitation forecast here. Next 5 days. Wow. Holy cow. Dude, Florida's gonna get dumped on. I mean, over by me, we have like an inch, but holy cow. Is this Orlando? Orlando's over here. Okay, they're gonna be getting, yeah, quite a few. Sonia says, what was that in Washington State? Just a bit of a flooding threat. Chris says, I'm in Michigan, but I did live in Pinellas County, Florida for a week. While also, oh, I got you. That's not very long. You stay for a week? I wouldn't consider that living if it was only a week, would you? I've lived down here for 2 years. Actually, yeah, coming up on 2 years in a couple of days. Or was it on the 6th, I think I moved? October 6th of 23? I think that's when I moved here. But even then, I visited here so much for months at a time. So, because I have family down here. So, I've probably been here a good 4 years of my life total. Let's see here. Wind risk. Maybe a 5% hail threat. Was that, what, tomorrow? Well, we got a little 5% there. What's up, Wendy? Good to see ya. But yeah, no, Florida's coast, man. We gotta brace for this. I mean, this is a lot of water, man. Like, WPC showing over 7 inches of rain in the next 5 days. Wow. Let's see here. There's an island in a lake, and an island in a lake, and an island in a lake somewhere in Canada. What? You're kidding. That's not true, is it? Dude, that's crazy, though. If that was real, bro. Man, just imagine. That would be so crazy. Man, I want to know where that's at now. Let's see here. Delray Beach. The week was a typo. Oh, you're good, man. Delray. Here, let's look up Delray. Florida. Oh, okay. No, this is quite a bit of rain out here, though. Next 5 days. It is real? Really? Yep, so this is precip over the next 5 days, according to WPC. Look at that. Wow. I mean, you can't take it approximately, but between 4 and 7 inches of rain possible out there in the next 5 days. Wow. I mean, like, even coastal Georgia and, like, southern South Carolina by Hilton Head Island. Quite a bit of rain out there, too, over the next 5 days. Let's see. The west, we're going to be getting quite a bit of rain up in some of these areas in the Rockies. Northern Plains, a little bit of the Central Plains, too, in the next 5 days. Mid-Atlantic Northeast is going to be super, super, super dry, though. Like, the next 5 days, we're going to be, like, seeing nothing. So, it's going to be pretty dry. Here, let's look at the fall foliage so far. Those colors are starting to show up a lot of places here. Yeah, I mean, just the other day, all of this was mostly the little to no color. Not even that. Actually, it was all in, like, no color. Now, look at it now. I mean, it's got low color all over the place now. Up north, looks like we're really starting to show some colors, especially by the Rockies, Northern Plains, the Northeast here, too. Goodness. Then you got Florida. The only changing of colors that we have down here is the license plates. Because there's a lot of people that come from different states, and it's just different colored license plates. That's like the ongoing joke. There are islands on islands. That's crazy. Somewhere in Canada. I don't even know how you say that. But yeah. Nah, you're welcome, Wendy. No problem. Yeah, I mean, if you guys want me to take a look anywhere, let me know. Yeah, it's pretty dry right now, too. Oh, you found the coordinates? Oh, no way. We're about to look at this, y'all. Wait. This is bringing me to Washington? Here, let me roll up over here. Where is this? I mean, there's a lot of islands up north here. Where he sent me, it just looks like it's water. It could just be low-res maps. Anyways. Chris says, with the Mid-Atlantic being pretty dry, do I think there's a greater chance of a wildfire risk too? Well, you know, in order to have a big wildfire risk, not only do you need dry conditions, but you also need strong winds. And I don't think there's going to be any like significant winds. I mean, I'll look, but I'm pretty sure the winds are going to be pretty mild over there. Like, you kind of need both. You need the winds to carry the fire to the other places, and you need the dry conditions for the fuel. You know, when stuff dries out, it's a good fuel. Stuff has a hard time burning when there's a lot of moisture and a lot of water involved. Yeah, and then of course, like I said, the wind and the dryness. That's the main things. But let me look. I mean, we'll see. I don't think we have anything big time windy coming up anywhere though out there. We model surface. Pull up wind gusts here. Andrew, your reaction was hilarious. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have any big time wind. Yeah, you see the winds, they're pretty weak. I mean, even the winds that we have down here, this is like 20-mile-an-hour wind gusts, but Yeah. I mean, really, you'd want like 30, 40, 50 mile an hour winds to like a lot of those sustain too to really, um, you know, get those fires going. But yeah, since it's like that, let's look at humidity though too. See, a lot of it comes down to the moisture in the atmosphere as well, not just the lack of rainfall. Now that helps, of course, but also the air being drier helps too. Because sometimes if you have a lot of really moist water vapor, if you have a lot of moisture but not a lot of rainfall, it can still coat things and keep them a little bit saturated, especially at night whenever the dew point and temperature get to their closest points. That's when humidity's the highest. Um, what was I gonna do? Oh, yeah. Let's look at the humidity. Surface relative humidity. Here we go. Yeah. Okay, so pretty much like midday. That's pretty low. Yeah, I mean, especially up by like West Virginia. I mean, you can see we do have like 20s, Mid-Atlantic into 40 or so, right? Virginia, for the most part. That's midday. That's when the driest time is too. You can see as we go into the morning hours, 8 a.m., you see how the humidity is a lot higher. So, anyways. Really curious about that yellow blob way out there. Those are the ones that give me nerves for North Carolina. Don't be worried about it, dude. This one here, this is just going to be a Florida rainmaker. Nowhere near you. But y'all, by the way, y'all, give me 1 second. I'm going to be right back for a momento. So y'all hang tight for a minute. Yeah, hang tight for a minute. We shall be right back. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. Had to take a minute of a break for a second. Um, where were we left? Where we left off? I forgot. Anyways. But yeah, no, this system here, this is just going to be a bit of a rainmaker overall. Not going to really be more than that, to be honest, I don't think. I mean, because like the limited guidance that we do have just has it mostly disorganized low. Here. Let's hop you guys over here to models. GFS. Yeah, I mean, you can see GFS barely has the thing even do anything. Yeah, and then Euro barely shows anything either. Not a whole lot of support on it. Really doing anything, though. Yeah, just a bit of rain. Didn't even know about that blob. I was talking about the one way out in the Atlantic. Oh, okay. Yeah, this one over here. Yeah, no, this one actually has really good chances, I think. I think in the long term, I think it'll probably kick up and start doing stuff. Yeah. Cursive Island examples: Victoria Island, Canada, and Rhine Islands in U.S. Lake Superior. Oh, I got you. I wonder what it looks like out here, rain-wise. I don't think we have much going on next 5 days here. Yeah. Great Lakes are going to be pretty dry too. Same thing Mid-Atlantic, Northeast, Southwest, and like Southern Plains and stuff. Pretty dry, pretty dry. By the way, guys, if you have not already, whenever we end our stream, you guys should go check out our winter forecast video. I put a lot of work into it. If you guys want to look at it here, I will post a link to it. I think I posted it a little bit late. It didn't perform the best, but it's all good. Here, I'll put it in the chat for you guys if y'all want to watch it. Save it, bookmark it for later. Yeah, because we're probably gonna roll off here now. I mean, we basically talked about everything we need to. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll play some more Flight Sim, and we'll also do some more updates on the weather and stuff. Yeah, but here you go, guys. This is the winter forecast I did, so be sure to check it out. Like I said, I put a lot of time into it, so it would be greatly appreciated if you haven't watched it. I basically went over like everything you need to. Here we go. Who's this guy? Yeah, there's a little bit of a sneak peek preview, so you guys can kind of see who's that handsome fellow. I better roll off here. It's late. All my brain cells aren't firing right now, so I better get off. But I appreciate you guys joining us, and if you guys have any questions, you guys let me know. Also, if you guys have Discord, if you want to join our Discord, it's in the description. So check that out. But yeah, no, if you guys have any questions though, like if y'all want me to take a look at an area before I go, if there's anything specific you want me to look at, let me know. But at this point in time, Bermuda, I mean, we still have tropical storm force conditions out here, but you can see the system is now just northeast of Bermuda, so shouldn't be too much more. Whoa, what's going on here? Oh, it's overlaid. Okay. But yeah, shouldn't be too much more impacts with the Imelda. So we should be pretty good. Yeah, no problem, Sonia. Very welcome. But yeah, no, like I said, we'll be back tomorrow though. We'll be sure to give you guys a new update on everything tomorrow. But yeah, we'll obviously Imelda. This is probably one of the last times we're going to talk about it since the impacts are minimal beyond this point. But we got to shift our attention over to this guy. I think this is going to be the next one we need to look for. But other than that, I mean, severe weather, like we mentioned, pretty calm. Not really much going on out there, except for that little level 1 threat tomorrow, day 2. A little bit of a wind, a little bit of a hail threat for the Rockies here. Then, yeah, anything beyond? Oh, look at that! They just added a day 3. Good thing I checked it again. Holy cow! Yeah, look at that. They literally just updated day 3. So now day 3 we have a little bit of a risk for severe weather. Still nothing significant. Like northwestern Minnesota, southeastern North Dakota, central eastern South Dakota, and a little bit of like west central Nebraska. So, I mean, yeah, we'll keep an eye on it, but things are pretty minimal. Nothing today, though, severe weather-wise. I mean, we got just a bunch of scattered thunderstorm threats, but anyways. All right, everybody. Well, thank you all for joining. I appreciate you guys very, very much, and thank you for hanging out with me tonight. And, like I said, we'll keep an eye on the tropics. We'll watch everything, but, prayers to the people in Bermuda. Make sure you keep them in your prayers, guys, because they got hit pretty hard earlier today. I hope everything's okay over there. I know there's been a lot of reports of power outages and all kinds of fun stuff. So, anyways, but you guys, thank you all for joining. You guys take care. Have a wonderful rest of your night. And but yeah, like I said, we'll see you guys tomorrow or later today at some point. We'll probably do some flight simulator sometime tomorrow evening, and then we'll do an update probably sometime tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow evening. It just depends. Depends on when I get up because my sleep schedule's just been terrible. All right, everybody. Well, you guys have a great night. Get some good rest, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining. Y'all take care. Have a great rest of your night, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, my friends. See ya later on.